ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्यत दिशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नानाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा
Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्णा एवरीवन, हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन, हरे कृष्णा, वेलकम, हरे कृष्णा, welcome everyone for the session 2 of chapter 2. What is the chapter name?
Jnana Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga.
Contents of summarized.
Yeah, contents of Gita summarized on Sankhya Yoga. Okay. So before proceeding, let's pay our obeisances to Sri Radha Govind, to Srila Prabhupada, and to all the acharyas, and take their blessings, and we proceed. So chapter 2 sections. So there are totally 5 sections, and yesterday we covered only till the first two sections. Is Arjuna's further doubts and his surrender. So how did the chapter start? Basically, in the chapter 1, right? Arjuna gives 5 reasons that he cannot fight. So the 5 reasons are compassion, so no enjoyment, a sinful reaction, and then family tradition and indecisiveness. So when Arjuna gives those reasons and he says that he cannot fight, right? And then it starts with like Krishna ask him like, why, Kutastva Kashmalamidam. Krishna says that why at this hour you are having such kind of, doubt, like I cannot fight. It is not suitable for somebody who is like in your position, like he's a Kshatriya, right? Kshatriya should not give up his duty like that, and it is not befitting for a Aryan. Krishna says that, and then Krishna tries to tell him that he has to fight, and then Arjuna starts giving one by one reason, right? Again, he says that how can I fight? They are all my relations, like his own grandfather, his uh, 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 teacher, and how can I fight and how can I kill Krishna? And then he got confused, right? In the shloka 6, the 7th shloka, where the 6th one is indecisiveness, where he says that I don't know what is right and whether I have to fight with them or I have to beg on it or I have to go to forest. I'm not able to decide which is right for me, right? So, and then he surrenders to the Lord. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेता यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तेन शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So as a soul surrendered unto you, so with all humility. So we know like Arjuna is a great warrior, and also in that Kurukshetra war, Krishna was acting like a charioteer, and still, with he had given up all his pride and his ego, and then he has surrendered to him like a student, and then only Krishna starts giving the knowledge of soul. And then we saw like there were different characteristics of soul, and Krishna first he clarifies that this fake uh, material compassion is not required, because first of all, we are not body, you are not body, you are the soul. And he gives many examples, no? So dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra na muhyati. So dhira, the one who is a dhira, he never lament for something which is not permanent, no? The body, he says like Natve vaham jatunasam natvam neme janadipa. There was no time when you are not there nor I was there. That means he's talking about a soul there. Krishna is talking about soul, not the physical material body. He's saying that there was no time that you are not there or I was not there, because both the soul and the super soul, the Paramatma, are eternal by nature and they're always existing. And we saw like how the soul cannot be cut into pieces, it cannot be wet moistened by air, or it cannot be moistened by water, or it cannot be dry by air, right? So different characteristic we saw, and the size of the soul is said to be so small, it is 1 by 10,000 part of the tip of the hair. So that is why our material science is not able to find out still that there is a existence of soul. So, but then there is, because the science basically what it believes, only that you perceive and see. But is it intelligent? So is it like Prabhupada says, if in a dark room you close your eyes, you can't even see your own hand, right? So then how can we say that I believe only on something I can see? So then that is a foolishness. The intelligent person is one who hears, because in Bhagavad Gita, many places Krishna says, now hear from me. That's true, right? In chapter 7 also, and everywhere. And it is given, Krishna also gives priority, like he says that one has to hear from the authorities. He gives he gives that one has to listen from the Vedas and the sages and Lord himself. Lord, though Krishna has given the Vedas, he still says that it is told by sages or Vedas, like he substantiates his statements like that in many places. So hearing is intelligent. And also Prabhupada says one more thing in for if when a child wants to know his father, right, he can just go and ask his mother, and mother will tell who is the father. But then no, I don't believe that who is my father. Then he has to go for a DNA. So it will take years, and also no guarantee that there will be a right answer for that. So that is not a really intelligent one. So these Vedas are, because this is something we all we have so many defects. The man has a, I mean, we all have so many. The conditioned soul has 4 defects. Anyone knows what are the 4 defects of a conditioned soul?
Like your vision is also limited.
Correct. Imperfect senses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, may make
Error, you can
mistakes.
make
Apurva.
mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we make mistakes, and then we get illusioned by Maya. No, we see a rope and we get afraid. We suddenly think that it may be snake, so we get illusioned, and then we our senses are, and we have a cheating propensity. So all of us, I mean, one or other way, we have cheated, right? We cheat. So these things are there. So with this deficiency, how can we know somebody who is perfect? So it is intelligent to understand and accept the knowledge which Lord Krishna is giving in Bhagavad Gita. So as per that, what do we understand? We are not this body. So why are we not happy in this material world? Because the thing is, we are considering ourselves to be the body, and Prabhupada gives in one place that this soul is basically spiritual by nature. And when it is coming in contact with a foreign body, right? For us, actually, this material body that we have is a foreign body. But we are so much into our false ego, and we think that it is me. And because of that, I mean, I have so many desires and all this, and these things come. So the soul cannot never be happy. So the soul can be happy only when it can get a spiritual body, or like a Paramatma, like God. So God is in always in his spiritual body. That is why he's always. Have you seen any time like Krishna killing so many demons? He was never angry. He was always smiling. No? So how is that possible? Because he is in his spiritual body. He is no anxiety. I mean, there is always in blissful. So we are also eternal. We are full of knowledge, and we are full of bliss, the soul by nature. But then we have forgot that real nature, because I am identifying myself with body. So that knowledge was explained by Lord in detail in yesterday. So today we are going to see in the section Shloka 31 to 38, Karma Kanda. No? And then we see Buddhi Yoga 39 to 53 about Buddhi Yoga, that is Nishkama Karma, Krishna's like fight, but without any reaction. And then the last section is 54 to 72, Sthita Prajna. So how one situated in that platform of like Brahman platform. So how he is not disturbed by any condition. So what is the characteristic of a person who is a Sthita Prajna? Because Krishna is asking so many things to you have to be like this. So then Arjuna asked, okay, to be like that, is there any person? How does he look like? I want to know. How does he talk? How does that? We want to know, right? How does such person behave? Then only we can also aspire to become one. So that ends the chapter there. And so these were the characteristics which Krishna explains in different shlokas. No? So we can see here, eternal, no change, indestructible, imperishable, immeasurable, can't measure it, so small, neither slayer. I mean, you can't kill, or one cannot be killed, or it cannot be killed. Never, nor ever slain, no birth, no death, not come into being, does not come into being, will not come into being, because it's always ever existing. It's not that at one certain point it comes. No? It's unborn, ever existing, primeval, so old, immutable, cannot be cut into pieces. It cannot be burned by fire, cannot be moistened by water, and withered by wind. It's unbreakable, insoluble, neither burned nor dried. Everlasting, present everywhere, Sarvagata. It is, no? Everywhere it is there. In our body, the presence is there, the consciousness. Unchangeable, immovable, eternally the same, and it is invisible. We can't see with our material eyes. So it is inconceivable, and some call that as amazing. It looks amazing. To hear it is hear about soul is amazing, and these are the characteristics we saw. So now the section C. So it deals with Karma Kanda. So what is Karma Kanda? What is your any understanding about Karma Kanda?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Doing our prescribed duty.
Okay. Karma Kanda. What is Karma Kanda? Doing our prescribed duty. Okay. And then do you expect anything or not?
Yes. No. And not expecting any fruit.
You're sure?
Not.
Is it called Karma Kanda? It becomes Karma Yoga, no? If you're not expecting anything, then it becomes Karma Yoga. Yeah, giving fruits to the Lord, then it becomes Karma Yoga. Krishna wants that only. But then Karma Kanda is not that. Karma Kanda is basically executing the fruitive activities. Okay. So basically our Vedas deal with 3 sections. Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda. Upasana Kanda or Bhakti Yoga, both are same. Or Bhakti Kanda, whatever you call. So basically what in the major portion of the Vedas, they deal with Karma Kanda, basically gradually bringing a person to a platform of Bhakti. So because the person is not ready, you're not ready to take Bhakti directly, because Prabhupada says this is not for intelligent people. Because why should I go, everything when I can take Bhakti, why should I go through all that Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda? Because Jnana Kanda means it is like mental speculation. One comes to understanding that I'm not body, I'm soul. But then these Mayavadis, they are interested in this chapter 2, they are stuck. They're only seeing, okay, I'm not body, I'm soul, and the characteristic, and these things only. But because they don't want to take to the service of Lord, they don't. So they are keep on mental speculating. But that is also not good. And Narottama Das Thakur, he says that Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala Vishera Bhanda, means it's a pot of poison, nothing else. Because what will happen, this is not going to lead for liberation of a person. So because the main thing is we have to come out of the cycle of death and birth. But if more into fruitive activities, the person can never come out, because he will be doing some pious work, and he'll do some sacrifices, get some pious deeds, and with that he can go to heaven. But then when that God get exhausted, he comes back again. So this is never ending. He's going in that cycle of birth and death. It goes on repeating. So this is Karma Kanda. So Krishna says that you should not do Karma Kanda, but we have to fight as a duty. Okay. So we have 2 types of duties. Okay. Swadharmamapi chavekshya navikampitum dharmyadhi cheyonyat kshatriyasya navidyate. Anybody wants to chant, you can raise your hand if you are comfortable, and the pronunciation, if you can chant properly, you can raise your hand. Okay.
Translation or sloka recitation?
Shloka, anything. If you want, you can recite the shloka.
I'm comfortable with translation, not shloka yet.
Okay, fine. Okay, I will give you one. Yeah.
Thanks.
And Bhagyalakshmi Mataji, you can recite,
Yes,
is it?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. For our next shloka. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what is Krishna saying here? So there are 2 kinds of duty. In Swadharma, there is a specific duty which is called as Varnashrama Dharma. So in Varnashrama Dharma, so there is a Varnashrama Dharma, and the other one is the duty of a soul. That will be in a liberated stage. So when I'm in a conditioned stage, so I have some prescribed duties. So here, so Arjun is a Kshatriya. So as a Kshatriya, he has certain duties. No, he cannot give up his work. So here it is said, yeah, you can read this one.
Yes, Mataji.
Considering your, yeah.
Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles. And so there is no need for hesitation.
Yeah. So basically, since he is a Kshatriya, he has to fight. So the word Kshatriya itself, what does it mean? Kshat means misery. Misery means any problems are like that. And Triya, Trayate, or to protect. So one who protects his subjects from the miseries is called a Kshatriya. So then he as per, if he's a Kshatriya, then he has to do that, no? Otherwise, how can he be called as a Kshatriya? So as per as Swadharma, and in when it comes to a conditioned state, and when we are in a Varnashrama Dharma, one has to follow the prescribed duties. Okay, but slowly then the goal is towards liberation, because this Varnashrama system also is done for all the Varnas, but end goal is for God realization. So the goal is that only, towards liberation. But there is one more Swadharma, that is, so one Swadharma is for body, Varnashrama Dharma, and the other one is for the soul. The soul, then how it comes? So when a person is in liberated stage, then the person does not have any of this Swadharma. He need not do any of this Dharma, right? So here we see performing Swadharma or discharging specific duties gradually elevates to higher planets. Lord Krishna does not support artificial renunciation and acceptance of sannyas by a Kshatriya. So artificially, one should not take sannyas, because now he is not in a situation that he can go and take sannyas and just meditate on Lord, right? He cannot, because he has that Kshatriya mind. So he cannot sit peacefully and do meditation. So he has to work. So so Prabhupada says that this violence is needed. It's not that Kshatriya means he has to fight when there is a need to protect his kingdom, and in a bigger perspective, he has to fight. And earlier days, it was like Vedic time, we had the Rajarishis, they used to do, and also the Kshatriya kings, they all were Rajarishis, like they had that knowledge. So they were very well versed in Vedas and these things. But Prabhupada does not like this democratic thing. So he says that democracy means demons gone crazy. No, Prabhupada does not like the thing, because somebody will select, I mean, not qualified people we can get out of this kind of concept. So that is why. So basically here, Krishna is saying that never you have to leave your Swadharma. Yes, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Only shloka? Yeah.
Yeah.
Translate.
You can read the shloka, and I think Sarvagya will read the translation.
Yes. Yeto etat abhyasuyanto nano tishtanti me matam sarva
1 second,
jnanam.
Mataji. Which one you are reading? What is it showing on your screen, Mataji?
Sorry.
Yeah.
32, Mataji.
Yadruchaya Chopapannam. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
I am reading from my book. Actually, I am doing in mobile. Oh, yes.
Yeah. 32,
Yes,
Mataji.
Sorry. Yadruchaya chopapannam sarkadaram abhamkrutam sukhina kshatriya partha labhante yuddhami drusyam. Right, Mataji?
Yeah.
O Parth, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of the heavenly planets.
Yeah. So for a Kshatriya, so Krishna is telling that it is glorious to die in a war. for a Kshatriyas, because it is like opening the door for heavenly planet. Because in Vedas, it is said when a Kshatriya dies in the war, he can go to heaven because he has done his duty. So why is Krishna saying? Because Arjuna felt that it is sinful to kill them. So no, Krishna is saying, how can it be sinful? When you're doing your duty as a Kshatriya, then that is because you're Swadharma. No, your duty you're doing, and in that duty, if you're killing them, then such violence is accepted, and you can go to heavenly planet. No? So if you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties, and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. Because Arjuna was a great warrior. No, he had got so many weapons from his guru, because Dronacharya had awarded him a weapon from which he could even kill his own guru, right? And because he was pleased by his sincerity, and Arjuna was a great warrior, and he had got a Pashupati Astra from Lord Shiva. So he had got from Indra also. So many weapons he got. So after having all that, and then if he is not using, because what will the people think? Nobody will think that out of compassion he is leaving the war. No, they'll think it is all, oh, he is like a coward, so he has run away. That is what people will think. So fame, you will lose all the fame. People will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. So people will call you coward. So Krishna is telling that it is better to die than quitting. So that was the message the Lord is trying to tell Arjuna here. Yeah. Sarvagi, you want to read or shall I continue?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant.
Yeah. So no one will tell you that you left for compassion. No? Continue. Okay, Mataji, you can read the shloka.
Yes, Mataji. Abhajya badanscha bahunya disyanti tavahitaha nindatastastva samarthyam tata dukkham antaram nu kim.
Tato dukkha nu kim.
Tata dukkataram nu kim.
Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? So, enemies means all the Kauravas side. No? First of all, they are envious of Pandavas. Now, at this time, like after everything, if you are running away like this, what will they think? No, they will think that, oh, this Arjuna is coward. I mean, he cannot fight because he is afraid by seeing our army. Because they had only 7 Akshahunis, we saw no, in the chapter 1. But then the Kaurava side, they had 11 Akshahunis. So maybe by seeing our strength, he is afraid and he is running away, the coward. No? So all your enemies will speak so unkind words about you. So what is more painful? So here Krishna says that Hato va prapsyase swargyam jitva va bhokshase mahim tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi. So Krishna says in this shloka that either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planet. So basically, if you get killed, you will go to heavenly planet. Or if you win, the whole earth is yours. So it is said until Parishit Maharaj, right? So the kingdom belonged to one king. The whole earth belonged. That time there was no other different religions or like that. Everybody belonged to Sanatana Dharma, one religion, and whole earth belonged to one king. No? So Krishna is telling here, So you will rule the complete kingdom, the earth, whole earth. So therefore, what is there to lament? Because Arjuna says, I don't have happiness. No, there's no happiness. What am I going to do when all are got killed? So Krishna says that you can. There is only happiness, because either you go to heaven or you conquer the world. Okay, I'll read Mataji. Sukha
Yes.
dukkhe same krutva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi.
Fighting for the sake of fighting, fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by so doing you shall never incur sin.
Yeah. So one should not consider that, oh, this is difficult for me, and then I give up the work. You have to do. It doesn't matter if it is giving happiness or distress. So initially, when Arjuna now condition now it is like he's thinking about his happiness. He will not be happy if he fight against his family people or his all his kith and kin, like that he's seeing. No, but then after all this knowledge is given, we see that when the 13th day of Kurukshetra, when it was when Abhimanyu was killed. So Arjuna, I mean, his own son was killed. I mean, they all cheated, no? Everybody like backstabbed, and they knew that he don't know to come out of it. Because you all know that story. Why Abhimanyu didn't know that how to go in the Chakravyuha, he knows, but he didn't know how to come out. As anyone knows that
Yes,
story?
Mataji.
Yeah,
When
can you tell?
womb, Arjuna was saying the same story to Subhadra, but in between, only you had said that about the entry, and in between that, Subhadra slept. So
Yeah.
she couldn't hear that how to come out of that. He was knowing only how to get into the Chakravyuha.
Yeah. So he don't know. So that is how he was caught. No, he was a great warrior like Arjuna's son. He was. So, but then we know how brutally everybody killed from attacked him from all sides, and they killed. But even after seeing all that, did Arjuna give up the war? Because his own son died. So what else is there now left for him, right? But then he didn't give up. He fought because he had that realized knowledge by then, because the knowledge was given by the Lord, and then he took it, both the happiness and the distress, and he was not doing. And that now, how is he fighting? Only for Krishna. He's thinking that I am doing this for the Lord and not for my sense gratification. Earlier he thought he was doing it for his own sense gratification, but now he he's doing for the Lord. Yes, Apurva Mataji, you're right. So, Buddhi Yoga. So next section is Buddhi Yoga, Nishkama Karma, fight without any reaction. So this Buddhi Yoga is also called as Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So Bhakti Yoga and Buddhi Yoga are same. Don't get confused by seeing what is this Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means it's a Bhakti Yoga.
Can I, Mataji?
Yeah, Mataji, if you are very clear about pronunciation, you can take. Otherwise, if you have practice, you can take, Mataji, because pronunciation should be right.
Yes. I'm trying.
Yeah.
ऐसा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्धया युक्तया पार्थ कर्म बन्धं प्रहास्यसि. Translation, can I read?
Yeah, I'll read, Mataji. Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study, Sankhya. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results, Buddhi Yoga. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of work. So what is this Sankhya Yoga or analytical study? Basically, it's about study of the body and the soul. That is what Krishna explained. in the previous slokas. So now how the body, goes through the 6 changes, no? Since the birth, how the body goes through different changes, and finally it leaves the body thinking that this is vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya, just like how we change our clothes, old cloth, and we wear on the new one, and similarly we leave the soul leaves the body which is useless and it is deceased, and it takes the new one. So these things, this study is called as analytical study of a soul. So Krishna says here that now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. So fruitive result means any work I'm doing, I'm attached to the result. So I will not take up any work if I'm not getting some benefit or expecting some result in return. So basically, when we are too much attached to the results, so then that is a fruitive activity. So it is always fruitive activity leads to bondage. No, so one cannot be happy in that. So Krishna is saying, I will give you the knowledge which can make you free from such bondage. Oh, sorry. Yes, Mataji.
नेहाभिक्रमणासोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पम् अप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear.
Yeah, neha pikrama nashosti. So in this endeavor, there is no diminution. So what is Krishna speaking about? Anyone can tell? What is Krishna saying? In which endeavor there is no loss?
Mataji,
And what is that? Huh?
he
Yes, please.
is saying to Arjuna that in fighting.
In what?
In Krishna consciousness.
In
Yeah.
Bhakti. Yeah.
Yeah, is in Bhakti. Krishna is actually mentioning here Bhakti because Arjuna was giving reason that it could be sinful. Na? For that, Krishna is giving here reason. No, it is not sinful. It is not a loss. Neha brikramanashasti pratyavaya. I mean, when you do, because you are doing for Krishna, it becomes devotional service. No more it is considered just as fight. So any activity when we are dovetailing with the Lord, I mean, when Krishna is in center, then that becomes spiritual. There is nothing material. So when I am using something for the service of Lord, this laptop, so it becomes spiritual. Because if I'm using the same thing for my sense gratification or for seeing some movies or playing games, then it is material. But the same material thing can become spiritual when it is used in the service of God. So now Arjuna is fighting because not for his sense gratification, but for Lord, because Krishna wants to establish the religion, and because he's a nimitta, no? Nimitta matra. Krishna says that in chapter 11. So basically, he is becoming like an instrument. When we think that I am an instrument in the hand of God, then there is no bondage for my work. So I work only as a service to God, or I may be working in a company, but then some fruits, the fruits of work, if I offer to God, then what happens? Then it becomes sanctified. It said that our money, whatever is there, it becomes sanctified or purified. And whatever food I do, and if I eat for myself, then it is bhoga. But then when I offer to Lord and then I eat, then it is becomes prasad. The same thing. But when Krishna is there in between, that will become prasad. So it becomes yoga. So same Krishna is saying here, since you are doing for me, swalpam apyasya dharmasya, little bit also, if you when we are doing some in the path of devotion, it will not go waste. Trayate mahato bayat. Prabhupada says here, what is that mahato bayat? Can anyone tell what is that? Mahatobhayat means dangerous fear. What is the dangerous fear as a human being for us in this life?
Death, Mataji.
Death, Mataji.
Is presentation not visible?
Visible, Mata.
Yes.
Clear.
Yeah.
Here on
Prabhu has,
verse 40.
yeah, correct. Verse 40. So, yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you. What is that fear? Most dangerous fear.
Death,
Death.
Death, Mataji.
Okay, death. Okay, death. We are unsure what will happen to our next life. That is why we are afraid. Why are we afraid of death? Why are we afraid of death?
Mataji, because of our karmas in current life.
Yeah. So why are we afraid? Because I may get some. What if I get some lower species? What if I go back to some lower species? So Prabhupada says yes. So going back to from a human life to animal life, that is the most dangerous thing. When a person is not cultivating this devotional service, then there is a danger that there's no guarantee that there's no guarantee, or we can't fight with Krishna that, oh no, I've got human life now, next should be my human life only. No, there is no guarantee. It all based on my karma this life, and right, and Krishna's mercy. I mean, if we have mercy, and then Krishna can give us the human life, or we can go back to Godhead. Then otherwise, there's no guarantee. So that danger is there. So that danger, Krishna says here, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobhayat. Little bit if you do also devotional service, it will save you from greatest danger. So you need not be born as a animal again. You can get a human life. So here we see these examples here, how how after surrendering to the Lord, because if you see on a material platform, the Vibhishana, he was supposed to listen to his brother Ravana, but then he gave up on brother and he surrendered to Lord Ram. So on material platform, maybe he is wrong, but then because he did for Krishna, there is no sin. There's no sin. Otherwise, it is wrong, no? As per rules, if you go, like if elder, he is not obeying to his elder, then that is wrong as per this one. So, and even the he burnt half of Lanka, Hanuman, right? Hanuman burnt half of the Lanka, but then there is no sin for him because he did for Lord Ram. So otherwise it is considered as sin. How can you do that? So similarly, Prabhupada gives an example like there's a soldier. When a soldier is fighting for his own country, right? So then he has to kill many people in the enemy side. He shoots them, and when they die, there is no sin. I mean, he's not put into jail. But the same soldier, if he uses his weapon for killing his neighbor, so he'll be put behind bars. No? So the same activity, when it is I do for myself, my sense gratification, I have a bondage. But the same activity, when it is done for the happiness of Lord, as per the will of Lord, then what happens? There is no bondage. So when we are working for consciousness, is that I am working for Lord, and then there is no bondage. Otherwise, there is a bondage. So this is another example. Okay, anyone can tell what is the story of this rat? Is Sarvagi, you want to say? Hand is raised.
No, Mataji. No idea.
No
Mataji,
idea. Okay, who wants to attempt?
I think the rat, I think it goes to a temple, it sees the lamp and thinks it's a cherry. So it goes to pick on the cherry, but
Yes.
eventually gets burnt, I think.
Yeah, oil spill on it, and it got burned and it dies. No? But what did Krishna do? What did Krishna do? He considered that small seva because it thought, because it died, no, thinking that it's a fruit. Actually, intention was not that. But then, because he died, Krishna gave him the liberation. The same with Ajamila. Ajamila, as you know the story of Ajamila, no? You must have heard in level 1. So he did so much of sin. Yeah. Yes, Prerna Mataji.
Yeah. Please, Mataji,
Yeah.
continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So he did so much of sin all his life. But then Krishna saved him. I mean, Krishna gave him the intelligence to remember him when he was dying. Because it is said, at the time of dying, whatever is my consciousness, based on that, my next life I'll get. So Krishna gave him that intelligence. Why? Because Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. He had done little bit of devotional service when he was young. And for that, Krishna gave him the intelligence or the remembrance to think about him. So whatever we do, so if I'm doing in material life, whatever we do, so if maybe a person can do PhD or he may be a doctor or a scientist in this life. Next life, if he's not done any devotional service or good activity, or if he has engaged in bad activity, he can go. I mean, he can become a dog also. Prabhupada says, but then but he can but in spiritual activity, even if you do something, I mean, we have, even if you have attended the Bhagavad Gita classes, we have heard this knowledge, transcendental knowledge about the Lord, so that also Krishna will not forget. So he will remember that in all lives, and then our next life will start from where we stopped. No? It is not like I have to again go through all this. Again, I have no. Krishna will give me opportunity so that I come in association of now also. Why? How we got? Because we have done something in the previous lives. We have done some sukruti. No, so I said like Agnata Sukruti. Agnata Sukruti means maybe without knowing also we helped some devotee. Some devotee wanted some water, or you gave them that. I mean, we don't know. We just helped without somebody asked. We gave, but that happened to be a devotee. So helping a devotee, or they gave us blessing. Somehow we have done something and we got in association now with the devotees. So this is a very important shloka. And there are, you can learn these slokas, and we can also repeat now. Neha Bikrama Nashosti. Can repeat, all of you can repeat. Neha
Bikramar Nashasti.
Vikram Nashoti.
Pratyavayo na vidyate.
Pratyavayo na vidyate.
Svalpamapyasya dharmasya.
Svalpamapyasya dharmasya.
Rayate mahato bhayat.
Rayate mahato bhayat.
So if we learn this sloka, we can always remember, okay, if I do some devotional service, then it will always protect me from the danger, greatest danger.
Mataji, sorry, I just wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
Ajamil is the same story where he names his son Narayan, right? So at the end of his life,
Yeah.
he calls
Yes,
Narayan.
he calls Narayan. Yeah. So Krishna
Calling
gave
of
that.
son doesn't, yeah.
So he was like at the age of 80, he had a son actually. That son he names Narayana, and then while dying, because he was so much attached to that child, he was always calling him for everything. Whenever he want to, I mean, get me some that water, food, or eat. Did you have your food? Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. He was, so by calling his name, he was getting purified. So when dying time also, he called him loud, and then we know like Vishnu Dutas come, and the Yamadutas both come, and they had the argument. Yamaduta said, "Oh, he's so sinful life he has led, so he has to be taken to hell." And then Vishnu Duta said, "No, no. When he has taken Narayana, name of Narayana, we cannot take." So there was a fight, and then the Yamadutas go to him, the Yamraj, and they say that Vishnu Dutas are not allowing, and then they says, "No, no, leave it, because we can't fight with Vishnu Dutas." So then, so Prabhupada has written a book on this called Second Chance. So this is a second chance given to Ajamila. So not everybody will get that second chance. No, we don't know we will get or not. So we have to utilize this life. So he got a second chance, and the Vishnu Dutas leave him. So later, I think he goes to Haridwar and he does devotional service. He leaves his home immediately. He realized that his mistake, and he leaves and he goes to Haridwar. And after many years of his meditation and all that, then Vishnu come and Vishnu Dutas, they take him to the spiritual abode. So that was the story of Ajamila.
Excuse me, Mataji.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mataji, there is one more incident. Damshri Damshram Hatomlet Haram Vadati Iti Punaha Punaha. Where one person just called, when he was being chased by a wild boar, he called Haram.
Okay.
But still
Krishna
he went to
considered.
Krishna says, "Hey Ram," and he
Yeah,
went to
Krishna is so merciful, no? So he considers that, because when Putana, she wanted to kill Krishna by giving her, poison milk. But Krishna, because she did breastfeeding, so Krishna gave her position as mother. Can we imagine this? Somebody is giving poison. Can we ever believe, or can we imagine that God can be so merciful? He gave her the position as mother. It is said she went back to spiritual world, because Krishna only sees the good. Little bit of good if you are doing, or little bit we are doing for Krishna remembers that. And how many demons also they got, whoever got killed through Krishna, they got the liberation, right? So yeah. And we also, this Valmiki also, no, he didn't know how to pronounce Rama Rama, Rama Rama. He was saying he was so sinful. He was a hunter in previous life, and then how he became a Valmiki Muni. So that is because chanting of the name, it purifies. That is a proof how one can become from a sinful, from even if he's at a mode of ignorance, that person can come to mode of goodness and pure mode of goodness just by taking the name of the Lord. Because Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, there are, oh Lord, you have so many names and you have given all the potency in the name. Like, there is no difference between the name and Krishna. It is equal, because Krishna is absolute. We don't understand this. It is difficult for us to understand how is this possible, because in material world, if I call mango, then mango, it's not like I'm eating mango, or it is not like that. But then for Krishna is there as a, we see Krishna, or if you just take the name of Krishna, it is one and the same. That is why it is so potential when we to take the name. That is why we say chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada has given how many rounds to chant?
16.
64.
Yeah. So are we doing?
9.
Yeah, because we are still not accepted that I am not body, I am this soul. So that realization, little bit, if we get, then we will start. At least we have faith. Not that I've got realization that I am soul, but at least I have faith in the words of spiritual master. What he's saying is right. What Krishna is saying is right. Then I will take it seriously, right? Then I will start chanting. So slowly, you have to increase your chanting, and it is not that difficult. It only like it's a habit. It said, na, once you continuously do something for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So we just need some habit of it. So it will happen. Okay. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Yes, Mataji. Yatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahu sakayanantascha buddhaya vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute in many branched. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So what is being resolute in purpose means fixed in Krishna consciousness, and their aim is one. So basically, when it comes to our something material and our professional life, and we are very sincere, right? When there is a money involved, and people are very serious, and they don't want to give any reason or give they will do that work. But then when it comes to spiritual, we have start giving reasons. No, I couldn't do chanting, I couldn't do reading today because of this reason, because of that reason. Because why? We are not serious. Our intelligence is not fixed. It is irresolute. It is So Krishna says it is like a many branch. No, if we because even in chapter 7, Krishna says that Vasudevan Sarvamiti Bahunam Janma Namante Gnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. It is very rare that somebody is accepting Krishna as a supreme Lord and starts to worship. So it is not very easy. So here Krishna says that the one who takes the path of devotional service, he's a fixed. There is no like, okay, today I accept and tomorrow I know. No, he has understood that Krishna is the root of all causes. Ishvara Sarva Krishna, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. He is the causes of all causes. And so, but how do we get this knowledge? This knowledge we understand all this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, but for this we need a spiritual guidance from a spiritual master. Unless we have, because we say, no, first when we tell that to paying obeisance to Guru, we say Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya, to remove my all ignorance. So how do I know that what is right, what is wrong? Because we have now so many goals in life, we don't know which one to do or which one to prioritize. But when I go to the spiritual master, and but spiritual master need not be personally present, but he's there for us through his books. No, there is two things: one Vani Seva and Vapu Seva. We cannot. Vapu Seva means directly serving the spiritual master when he is there. But when a spiritual master is not there, we can only do Vani Seva, means his words. I mean, following his instructions, whatever he has given. So that becomes a Vani Seva. So we need a spiritual master who can guide, and then who can bring. So by reading, taking his instruction, we can be fixed in bhakti. Yeah, Sarvagya, you can read.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, okay.
There's no verse here. Okay.
Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, result in good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this.
Yeah, so this is the Karmakanda section of the Vedas which Krishna is explaining. So basically, Vedas, they teach like you do this sacrifice, you can go to heavenly planet, or you do this sacrifice, you can get a beautiful wife. You do this sacrifice, you get a good husband. So like that kind of sacrifice, and people are more attached to those things, getting a good birth, power, like that. I mean, there are many different gods for that to worship. There are many devatas, so people go to different devatas for different worship. So Krishna says in chapter 4, Kamaistaiste ritagnanaha prapadyante devataha tam tam niyamamastaya prakritya niyayata svaya. Means Kamaistaiste ritagnana, because of so many desires, their intelligence is stolen. Okay, that is why people go to many devatas. So basically, what is this Vedas speaking about? So various fruitive activities, and for that we go to different devatas, and we worship for different desires too, because we are thinking that this world is a hotel and I have to enjoy here. So we don't know that actually Krishna says this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This is not a place to live. You have to see how to get out of this. But we are no, I want to settle here. So I am making my life more and more comfortable without thinking that, and I'm not doing anything for the soul. So this is our situation. And here Krishna says that they think that there is nothing beyond this. No, the people think, those who attach to the fruitive activities of Vedas, they think, okay, they're happy. Okay, they get some good money when they do the sacrifice and all that, and they have an opulent life. So that's it. There is nothing more required. This is what they're understanding. Yeah, continue.
Mataji, the slide is not visible yet. Can you please tell me the sloka number?
Is it not visible? Is it everyone is having problem?
No, it is visible.
Yeah.
2.44.
Okay, okay.
I think maybe net issue, Prabhu. I can read myself, no problem. In the minds of
Actually, I'm
those,
reading.
yeah,
In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by things, the resolute determination for devotion service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
yeah. So who are attached. So this is shloka Bhogaishwarya. This is also famous shloka. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya parata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. So Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam means Bhogaishwarya, who are attached to the opulence of material enjoyment. So what will happen? Taya parata chetasam. For them, so they don't have a chetasam, they don't their aparuta means is taken away, the intelligence, chetasam, the real intelligence is taken away. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayaparutta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi. So these people will not have vyavasayatmika buddhi, that we have to take into devotional service seriously. That resolute determination does not take place because they're so much attached one after the other. So the more you get, it is like when you put ghee in the fire, more and more it blazes up, no? So there is no end. So it is not like if I may think, okay, a little bit of material enjoyment I will do, and then I'll stop. No, the more you do it, you feel like doing more. It is like you get attached to it. You cannot come out of it. So even Kunti Maharani says in Bhagavatam that Janmaishwarya Shrutas Shribi, means she says that when there is a very good parentage, like you've come from a very nice family background, you have a good parents, and you have a great opulence, so the very rich family and very highly educated. If you are a very highly educated, and if you are very good looking, so if these things are there, one cannot approach. There is no pure devotional service which is coming, because a pure devotional service can come only when there is no materialistic desire. Because actually what we are doing is not devotional service right now. We are only trying to, because we are sadhakas. The pure devotional coming service will come only when we don't have any material desire, and because we cannot be without desire. Desire will be there, but the desire will be like, how can I make Krishna happy? How can I please the Lord? So by following his instructions, right? So that will be my meditation always. So that stage, until we come, it will, it's not called as a pure devotional service. Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says that in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nidvandvo Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to these three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So the Vedas only speak about three modes. What are the three modes of material nature? Can anyone tell?
Rajasic,
Ignorance,
Tamasic,
passion, and goodness.
Rajasic,
and
Tamasic, and
Sattvic.
Sattvic. Yeah. So mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. So basically these Vedas deal with these three. But Arjuna, Krishna is telling here, oh Arjuna, become transcendental to three modes. Means becoming transcendental means what? What is the meaning of transcendental? Meaning of transcendental?
Divine.
Yeah. Or divine. So what does it mean? I mean, what is there is a three modes and there is a transcendental. Becoming transcendental to three modes means what?
Spiritual.
Shuddha Sattva.
Shuddha Sattva Guna. Yeah. So basically coming to a platform of pure mode of goodness, because all the three modes are into bondage. So here we see little for every chapter. These chapter mainly we see in chapter 14, detailedly about the three modes of material nature. So here Krishna is just giving a, we only get to know about the subject, what is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Little we know about everything here, like Karma Kanda section. So we are going to see in detail in chapter 3 and 5. So like that. So here we are seeing, he is talking about the three modes of material nature. And these three, you have to raise above these three modes. That is what Krishna is saying. Don't be in these three modes. So be free from all dualities. Sukha dukkha, shitoshna sukha dukkha. So from all anxieties and gain and safety, and be established in self. Because when we come above these three modes, only then we'll be free. There's no anxiety. There's no, the person will be in the mode of pure mode of goodness. That, so Krishna is asking to come to that platform. So this is 2.46. So yavanartha udapane sarvatah samplutodake tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanatah. So all purposes served by a small well can at once served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all purpose of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. So to have a water, we can go to a well, or you can get from a river, reservoir of river. It can serve all the purpose. No, everybody, we can see here, our village people, they are coming and taking the water from the same place. They are, it can serve for all of them. So similarly, so the Vedas, who can understand this Vedas? So the intelligent people who know what is the purpose behind the Vedas, because Vedas actually, though they deal with karma kanda, it is purpose is like Vedas is not rituals, not doing these rituals. That is not the purpose of Vedas. So to establish that Krishna is the supreme, so that is, and then Lord has given the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, who has come 500 years back, and that is established in many shastras, right? I think now we are all convinced. I don't know. So he is a Krishna himself, and he has started the Sankirtana movement and given the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is the easiest way to go back to Godhead. So because we know, when we understand that I am not body, I am soul. So Krishna also says, Mamaiva Amsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Loka Sanatana. So you are all my part and parcel, all the living entities. So when we understand that and engage in service of the Lord, so automatically all knowledge is revealed to such person. So that is the purport of this sloka. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ये मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूः मा ते सङ्गोऽस्य कर्मणि. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the result of your activities, and never be attached to not doing your duty. So Krishna is talking so many things here, no? Let's understand line by line. Karmanye eva adhikaraste means karmani means work, prescribed duty. Eva, only, adhikara, you have right. So we have only to right to do the prescribed duty. And then Krishna says, Ma phaleshu kadachana, never have attachment to the result. Why? Why? Next line he answers why. Ma karma phala heturbu, because you are not the reason. You are not the reason for the fruits. So we may think, how can I am not the reason. I am the reason. I think I am the reason. But then if there is there's a farmer. So farmer is there and he is growing a mango. So he is watering it, and so when fruit is coming, Krishna is coming and taking it. So now the farmer is thinking, how is this? I have only sown the seed. I have only put water. I have given everything proper sunlight. Proper watering and all that, taking care. I have given the fertilizer and everything. Now Krishna is coming and asking, how is that possible? How can I be not expecting the result? Can anyone answer how not possible? Why? Why is Krishna asking? What can you tell that farmer if you have to convince him that he is not the reason?
Because where did he get the seed from? The land is not
Yeah,
his.
yeah, very good. Yeah, so he is neither the seed, the sunlight, right? Sunlight, the rain. So everything is coming from the Lord. So that is why Krishna, this line means that only. Ma karma phala heturbu. Why should you not be attached to the fruits? Because you are not the cause. And then Krishna also says, because what will happen now when I don't have attachment? Many people say, then what is that? How can I work when there is no when I should not expect for anything, then how can I work? So people may become lazy. So Krishna says in the last line, Mate Sangosya Karmani, never be attached to not doing your duty, means never give up your duty. So thinking that, okay, anyways, I'm not expecting result now, why should I? So like a student, if he says, okay, I have to, anyways, result is not in my hand, so why should I study? No, Krishna is not talking like that. We have to give your 100%. Okay, we have to give your 100%, and but then when it comes, then we can accept that it is a given by Krishna. So Prabhupada says how we have to work in this material world, like disinterested obligatory duty. So when a person in the material world, he has to perform the work, but he's not giving his heart there. He's putting his mind, he's working hard, everything, but heart to Krishna only. Okay, not in the material world. So he'll do as an obligatory duty, but not attached in the material world. So such a person is said to be eligible for liberation. Okay. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyau samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Perform your duty equipoised, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. So yoga means connecting to Supreme Lord. So here Lord Krishna is asking that without any attachment, you have to fight. Don't see what will happen in the outcome of the war. So what will happen? Don't do the mental speculation. You just fight. So, but yasmin tushte jagat tushte. No, when you are satisfying the Lord, you are obviously you will be satisfied. In another 2 shlokas, and we close for today. We'll continue from next week. Keep all abominable activities for distant by devotional service. So when we are doing devotional service, so it will keep us away from all abominable activities. I mean, the person will not be engaging in any sinful activities. And in that consciousness, surrender into Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of work are misers. Misers means krupana, like a person who is don't know, are not using money when it is required. Such people are called krupana. No? So if we are attached to fruits, then Krishna is calling such a person as krupana. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reaction, even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. So there is no, basically, when we take shelter of Krishna, then for that person, there is no reaction of good and bad reactions. Now, Krishna says, no, I will take away. In Brahma Samhita also, it is said, Krishna says, I will take away the sinful reaction of Lord Indra to the smallest insect called Indra Gopa, because the insignificant insect, how it becomes such an insignificant creature because of the past deeds or its karma. So Krishna says that I will take away all the sinful reactions of from Indra Gopa to Lord Indra, whoever take my shelter. So irrespective, Krishna does not have any partiality. No, some people think, okay, Krishna is only favorable for devotees. No, you also do the same devotional service. Krishna will also do favor for you, because Krishna says, "Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyam." So the level of surrender, how much we have towards Krishna, till similarly Krishna reciprocate. So how does he help us to come out of this problem in the material world? Tesham aham samudharta mrityu sagarat. I mean, Bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. He says that I will take them out from the ocean of misery, because this material world is compared like that in Krishna says that. So I will protect who have taken my shelter. I will protect them. So yeah. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages of devotees free themselves from the result of work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead. So, how did this section start? So, if you remember, Krishna said that initially he explained about the karma kanda activity, and he said, I will give you such knowledge which will make you come out of these fruitive activities, and you become free from the bondage of birth and cycle. So now Krishna explained like what is karma kanda activities, how it binds us, and how can we come out. No? So and he gives example that in the past there are many devotees who have done this, and they are freed from all these reactions. So you can also do that. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. So what is that becoming indifferent to all means? So Vedas has so many ritualistic things, or the Varnashrama Dharma. These things are not applicable to one who has taken a devotional service. So actually it is said in Vedas, we are indebted to so many people, because for a normal person in a conditioned stage, Prabhupada says he is liable for, he is indebted so to his fathers, forefathers, parents, demigods, because we are taking so many things from the demigods also. They're giving us light, rain, all these things, air. So different devatas are giving. So if we are not giving them, then it is we are like a thief, it is said. So, but these things are not applicable when somebody takes into devotional service. So he becomes indifferent to all these rituals. So just like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had a very early age he took. He was just 24 years. He had a young wife who was 16 years and a very old mother. Actually, in material calculation, what he did was not right, because how can you leave somebody such a young life and wife and such an old mother? It's wrong, no, as per society. But then it is not wrong, because he is doing for a higher cause, for spreading Krishna consciousness, or for so that is what he is Lord himself, and that is just an example. So how this becomes indifferent for them when they do. And also we know this four Kumaras, sons of Lord Brahma. Actually, Lord Brahma wanted them to populate the universe. That is why they were born, the purpose of their birth. But then those Kumaras they rejected the Brahma also. Brahma's their father order, and they took into sannyas. They became like they chose not to marry because they were attracted towards Krishna. So yeah. Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthasiti nischala samadhavachala buddhihi tada yogamama avapsyasi. When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. So when your mind is not disturbed by the flowery language, because most of the Vedas, Krishna told, it only speaks about the opulence. You can get good birth, you can get opulence like that. So when mind is not disturbed by that flowery language, I'm not attracted towards those things, enjoying the sense gratification, then the person is able to fix his mind on self-realization, and then he can attain the divine consciousness. So now further Krishna will explain about how one can be established in so this is what we saw till now: freedom from good and bad reaction, freedom from cycle of birth and death, indifferent to Vedic ritual, realization of relationship with Krishna as eternal servitor. It is coming to Samadhi stage. And then we'll see this last portion next week. What are the qualities so required for going back to Godhead? That will come in section E, Sthita Pragna. 5 become 6. Hare Krishna. So I didn't hurry to finish. So let's go in. I think the speed is okay.
Yes, Mataji, it is
Yes,
good.
Mataji, thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
think if I go fast, I think there are another 20 shlokas. I mean, it's difficult. Can't cover. It's big chapters. We can take it for next week. No problem. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Yeah.
Mataji, attendance.
Oh, okay. You didn't mark. I had posted. 1 second. Oh, it went to direct someone. 1 second. No?
Mataji, just a query, in fact, a clarification. So,
Yes,
Karma Kanda is always connected with fruitive action.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And it will keep us in that birth and death cycle. That's
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a bondage. Karma Kanda is a bondage. Okay, any other questions related to today's chapter? Okay, hope you are all you all attended today the session by Advait Prabhu for this Bhakti Vriksha. I hope all of you are in the group. There are 2 groups. One is by Santosh Prabhu. So he has done kept on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the other one Advait Prabhu has currently is kept on Sunday. I don't know if maybe he will add one more day. I mean, after consulting all of you, some other day also if needed. So as of now, Sunday 3 p.m. Yeah, Karma Yoga. Yes, Karma Yoga. Yeah, Karma Yoga. Buddhi Yoga means it's a pure devotional service. Karma Yoga. Yeah, Karma Yoga means not pure. No, I mean, it can be if we are working for Krishna and offering the fruits to Lord, then Karma Yoga is also as good as devotional service. But then it is not pure devotional service, because pure devotional service means there is no karma. I mean, the karma will be only the work related to only the Lord. So the devotees, pure devotees, they also work, but then their work is only the devotional service. It's like that. Yeah. Okay, rituals of fruitive activities means Prabhu, Santosh Prabhu. Yeah, basically it is like there are many sacrifices mentioned, different types of sacrifices and rituals mentioned in the Vedas. So, I mean, for different category, like some different people have different desires, no? Accordingly, they have given. So if you do something, there is like the person can go to heavenly planet, do some sacrifice, he can go to heavenly planet. And there's like you worship the Lord Uma, that is Lord Shiva's wife, and then they can get a beautiful wife. So like that, different. These are all different rituals, fruitive activities. Fruitive activities because it is again binding only, no? More and more you get attached to this material world by such desires. That is why.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sapurva Mataji, is it clear now? How one know that he has start his bhakti from here, as he doesn't know where he left bhakti in? No, we need not know. See, it is like if you are getting interest in bhakti, because it is not everybody will get interest in bhakti, right? We may think, oh, I am getting interest, why not the other person is getting? Because you have done something devotional service in your previous life. That is how you are here. That is why this subject is interesting to you, because you already have some knowledge which you have gained in the previous life. So that is why this subject is interesting for you. But the same thing, if you ask somebody to listen or hear, they will not be interested. You may have experience, no? So that is the proof. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Uday Prabhu is asking, why 16 round of chanting? Any specific reason? So basically, Prabhupada has given it to us, and Prabhupada has told, if you follow 4 regulative principles, and what are the 4 regulative principles? No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. These 4 in Kali Yuga, and also the following the 16 round chanting every day. If you do that, Prabhupada says that I will take you through the back door to the Goloka, or to God, back to Godhead. So we have faith in Prabhupada words, that if Prabhupada has told, because Krishna says, no, Name Bhakta Pranashyati, my devotee will never fail. And we know in the war when Bhishma told Krishna, that I will make you break your promise. I will make you lift a weapon. So to keep his promise, Krishna lifted actually. It is not like though it was like to stop him from killing Arjuna, it was also because he had to keep the words. He don't mind. Krishna can go wrong, but he will not allow his devotee go wrong. So if Prabhupada has promised, Krishna will allow it, if we are following instruction of spiritual master. No? So he has given that for actually his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he gave 64 rounds to chant. And when Prabhupada went to West, he gave 64 rounds to chant. And they were feeling very hard to do it. I mean, they took like almost whole day, they have to keep on chanting only. And then Prabhupada said, okay, do 32 rounds. That also they said, no, Prabhupada, we are not able to do it. It is very hard. And Prabhupada said, okay, 16, not less than this. You have to do it 16. And that's how it got fixed. Prabhupada has given 16 rounds for us, and we have to do that. Okay, Prabhu? Okay, Hare Krishna. So Apurva Mataji is asking, group you just talk about, please add me also. We'll post that. Advait Prabhu, if possible, just post the group link here. Hare Krishna. So that whoever want can join. Mataji, we posted in the group actually, main group. Are you there in the main group? Yeah. Just check it out. We'll post once again, okay? You want in the which group? Sunday one, Sunday batch, or the weekday batch? Okay, Sunday one, we'll post. Today was just an introductory class. It will start from next week, I think. Okay. Okay, any other questions, or we can close? No other questions? Okay, timings on Sunday is 3 p.m. Mataji. 3 p.m., 3 to 4. See, all of you have to be in a group, please. So any of you are not there, message in the group. I mean, one of the group you join, so that together you can read. And I think today they discussed on chapter 1 question and answers. So it will be good. So be a part of the group. Okay. Can we chant 3 times Hare Krishna if there's no questions? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Next week.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.